Alright, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and first off, happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Happy birthday to Gary B, the Casaul Comic Book Guy. And for the holiday, Evil Mike was out there hunting. I went to 4 different places and had a major haul. I've kind of got it broken up into how I found it. I'm trying to do a little explanation because as you see, it's going to be a lot, so I'm just kind of going to flip through everything. First off, this was everything that I bought at the LCS, but I did a little short, but showing off, I found King Conan number 3. I did find number 1, number 2. This was $3, so I went with this one. The other two were like, 10 and maybe 5, but I just felt that was a good place to start. It was a newsstand edition. Another one I picked up for $1 was Vampire the Masquerade number 1 by Vault Comics. I'm hoping that's the first volume because I had missed out on it, and I've loved all the covers, but I haven't been picking it up because I missed out on the number 1. Another one that I missed out on, and I got the 4th printing of Dune. This is House Atreides. It is the first issue, but 4th printing, and I'm fine with that. I finally get to read it, and I can find Dune pretty easily, so I'm pretty sure I can get all the other issues. I did find a grail for me because recently I fell in love with this comic. This probably jumped up to my list to like maybe my number 2 favorite comic, but Carmen. And I was able to find number 2. I had already found number 4, so right now I just need number 3, and I think number 5 is coming out this week. Teen Titans Academy. I already have issue number 4, but this is the cover that I wanted, another little grail. I love the backpack. They are featured here on the cover. That's why I wanted this. And this was cover A. I don't know why it was so hard to get, but I had to go to 4 different comic shops to find that. I picked up this one, Dark Horse Comics number 1, Parasinomia. I don't know. I'm sorry if I butchered the name, but it just kind of had a I don't know, kind of cool little cover and everything. It looked horror, so I'll give it a try. I have been reading crossover, but I've been slow to pick them up, so I picked up issue number 4. This is just a blank sketch variant. It's the only number 4 that I could find. I went ahead and picked up number 5, and that is just the regular cover A, I think. I did pick up, I've been wanting to read this, but just missed out on it, Once and Future. I found issue number 2. I always find like the later ones, maybe like 12, 13, so I went ahead and picked up number 2. I did pick up from Vault Comics issue number 1 of Hollow Heart. I haven't heard a lot of people pick this up or read it, and I think it's a horror kind of title, so I'm going to find out and let you know. That was everything that I picked up from the LCS. Everything else is honestly flea markets and half price, and I'll give you a little description, and again, I'm going to kind of do this fast. So this is all like half price books. I picked up Trillium number 2. I already have number 1, so I picked up that. I found United States of Murder Inc. From Brian Michael Bendis. This is issue number 1. I got it for $1. I don't know anything about it, but I have heard it mentioned a couple times. Let me know. Any of these comics, let me know if y'all know more, because a lot of these they're cover buys, and I like this. I bought it because it's Age of Apocalypse. I do like Cable. I love this cover. It's got the hot pink in there, and of course this was half off, so it was like $1. I don't know about this comic. I'm hoping it's an early, but I do know Legion of Superheroes is where Lobo is mainly from. I love this cover. I just really dug it, and I think I got this one for like 50 cents. Right here, it's a series that I've wanted to collect for a long time, but I always find them in the 200 issues. I've never been able to find anything lower. I don't even know if this is the first volume, but I went ahead and grabbed like every one I could find. But this is John Constantine's Hellblazer. I got issues number 6, 9, 10, 7, I thought I had an order. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We got 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, and I went ahead and picked up, it's a John Constantine Hellblazer Annual 1989 #1. So I found that, and all these are in like really great condition. It looks like somebody had just sold their collection, and I was right there to scoop it up. I've been wanting to read Hellblazer for a long time. I just had a live chat last night with the Comic G Spot, and me and What the Deuce were talking about it. If y'all have not checked it out, Comic G Spot. I love Robert, Jeff, all them guys, man, we had a blast. I will say it was a great first live stream for me. I found Dune 2099. I am a big fan of everything 2099. Recently I found Spider-Man 2099, so, and another very clean copy. I will say there's like a little nick right there, but most comics have that. I had to find my best friend, because my best friend kind of went through some of these and already got his pick. He picked out a nice spectacular Spider-Man that I had found. But I found Dune 2099 #2. All these are still half off of whatever the cover is, like $1.25, so I half off that. I picked up Marvel Comics Presents Colossus. I am a big Colossus fan. He had the American flag going, but it is a full page wraparound, and we got Ant-Man, Man-Thing, and whoever Slag is. I don't know who Slag is, but I do like the original Hank Pym Ant-Man and Man-Thing. I thought that was a cool cover, Let y'all check that out, It is Marvel Comics Presents number 11. This one I had to fight him on, man. I don't have a lot of Captain America, and I found this and I really dug the cover. I like the use of white and black, but it is number 322. It is a newsstand. Again, I don't know if this is a key or anything like that. Honestly, I really dug that cover, and I don't see too many old caps out there. Another Captain America. I thought he was going to fight me on this one, but he didn't want this one for some reason. But Captain America 431, and looks like this might be the first appearance of Free Spirit. This one's a little beat up, but it's a newsstand. Still got the poster inside, which is kind of cool. I never pass up stuff like this, but this Star Comics Marvel imprint, Heathcliff, and it was $1. I love Heathcliff, Garfield. I grew up with a lot of stuff 80s and 90s, so nostalgia, baby. I think this is Infinity. I want to say it's in core. It might just be titled Infinity, but this is number 7. I don't find too many old DCs, so I try to pick up anything I can. I've never read this series, but I just really dug this cover. Looks like Superman's beating the hell out of Wonder Girl there. And for $1, man, I was like, yep, that's mine. Now, I don't know if this is what he was talking about, but what the Deuce had mentioned, that there was a Defenders before the Defenders, like before the Daredevil and Luke Cage, and I don't know if this is the version of the Defenders he was talking about, but or if that's the art he was talking about. But I dug the cover anyways, so, and I don't know that version of the Defenders. It is the new Defenders number 135 from '84. Another grail I've been looking for. If y'all don't know, Plastic is the prequel to Vinyl, the new comic that came out recently from Image Comics. So I've been trying to find Plastic after hearing this. I was able to find issue 4 recently, and I was able to find issue number 3 for $1. I couldn't believe it was in the dollar bin, and there's nothing wrong with it. It was just, it wasn't selling. It's a 9.8 comic. It's in a bad plastic, but it's going to be changed and put in a very nice package. We got Original Sin number 7 of 8. I found 1 recently, so I'm gonna pick up any of these I can find. I love this event. It was one of the events I was able to read before my event. Alright, this is for you, Robert. I was looking for anything kind of H.P. Lovecraft and stuff. We were talking about it last night. I do love Cthulhu and that whole, but I am a horror fan. But I found this Monster World issue 1. It was $1. I don't know anything about this comic. I haven't even looked inside. I just sold on the cover and it had some Cthulhu type stuff going on. Yes, please. Next up, for all you vampire fans, maybe the real Dracula, Brothers Dracula #1 by Aftershock. It is a Cullen Bunn. Yeah, a lot of y'all know Cullen Bunn. I don't know anything about this book. You know, again, if y'all do, let me know. But I was able to find #1. I think they had like 2, 3, but I just went ahead and picked up #1. I do like Booster Gold, but right here, #9 Booster Gold for $1. I just really dug this cover. It is a newsstand. I don't know if that applies in this, you know, era. It is 80s. Alright, these next comics I don't know anything about, but everybody keeps mentioning Jim Starlin. I don't even know who this guy is. I know he's somebody big in comics, somebody that I need to know. But I did find some Jim Starlin comics, and it might just be these. I don't know anything about these. Epic Comics is new for me. I know it's a Marvel imprint because after looking at them I saw the Marvel logo was on one of these. But I found issue #4 of Dreadstar. I don't know what Dreadstar is, but it says by Jim Starlin, and I found a couple of these and they're all really, I mean, I was drawn into this cover by itself. The cover just looks amazing. So I mean, if it's got that same art in there, I am sold. And I did get all these for $1. So that was #4. This is #6, and they all have these beautiful, like, you know, double cover, you know, back and front cover pictures. That was 4, 6. This is 5. And they all say by Jim Starlin. So, and it says Marvel's Comic Group at the bottom. I had recently in a mystery box, I got Deathlock #1, so I went ahead and found Deathlock #2, picked that up. I don't have any West Coast Avengers. I was not a big Avenger fan growing up, so I've been trying to pick up stuff that I didn't pick up. I don't know what I'm looking for, you know, the key issues to look for, but I just look for anything new as close as I can get to one. But so I picked up, and I just like this cover anyways, but this is West Coast Avengers #19. It is a newsstand. And it's a really clean copy for $1. Again, if y'all know anything about these, you know, let me know. West Coast Avengers that was #19. This is #7, and again, it was a newsstand. It's #6, and the earliest one I could find was #5, and I really dug that cover, the black. I really want to take it out of this nasty plastic so I can really look at the book, but honestly, it looks really good. I love, come on now, evil. Alright, more, these, like I said, it was really 4 separate trips that this whole shebang makes up. So this was more at a different half price, but I was able to pick up, and I think this is issue #2 and issue #3 of Heroes Reborn. I picked up #1. I have the Blade Bagley variant cover, so finding, you know, the next 2, and I already have the trading cards, so I put them in there. But in case they didn't zoom in, that's Hyperion, and this is a Blur. Next up, I was able to find Civil War #2, and I found like 3 or 4 of these, and this was like the best looking one out of them, but I got it for $1 and that's issue #1. I never read the Civil War storyline or part 2, so, but I know the whole Civil War. I know more about the comic book version of Civil War. This comic I don't know, and with the indie craze, everything, I'm always looking at cool indies now, trying to find, like, you know, the next thing that people are going to talk about, or people that forgot about, I don't know. But, you know, thinking outside the box. So I found Secret Identities, it's Image Comics, but I really just dug that cover, and this is issue #1. That's why these are all, like, nicely bagged up, because these kind of were yesterday. It rained like crazy over here, but that didn't stop me. But this is issue #2, and this is issue #3. I liked all the covers. It's kind of honestly why I leaned toward it, and I kind of flipped through and it looked decent art. So I was like, yeah. This is from my boy King Louie. He might get a kick out of this, but I found by Dynamite Comics, #1. Homies, man. I grew up with homies, man, here in Texas. You know, we have a big Hispanic presence. I myself hablo el español mucho bien. One of my favorito personas habla muy el español. Yeah, but I speak Spanish and I understand Spanish very well. Texas, come on, yo. I found I've always wanted to read this comic. A lot of DC, man. I'm just, you know, I mean, a lot of people don't understand this, but there's stuff that I've never even seen before until today, or yeah, this was today. But until today, I'd never even seen this cover. I have seen this one, but Starman #1. I always see like issues #2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, so I was finally able to get #1, and it is a very clean newsstand edition. I also found Starman first issue, Secret Files and Origins, another newsstand. I try and always buy a newsstand now. I mean, I'll take whatever I can get. I mean, you'll see some of them don't have the newsstand, but because honestly, I do read all this. Now, there's some that I buy, like this might be a cover buy that just goes in my collection, but I try and read everything. Especially like some of the ones that I'm more excited about, like this one, Age of Apocalypse. I'm trying to track down all the Age of Apocalypse, and right now I only have 3 issues of Weapon X, and this is #3. And I have 2 issues of, I think it's the X-Force version of Age of Apocalypse, and that's it. I don't have anything else. So I'm slowly trying to get that set. I did like the Age of Apocalypse series. I was able to find Wolverine #76, again a direct sales edition. I like Lady Deathstroke. I like this cover. I had this before in my collection. I recently found Runaways #1, and I'm hoping it's the #1. I still haven't looked it up. I'm hoping it's the volume 1, but I think so. But I'm hoping these are #2 and #3 of the Runaways, and I've, you know, very nice clean copies. Marvel Comics and DC Comics together, issue #1, Unlimited Access. This is a direct sales version of this. I don't know what this is, but I do remember this the amalgamation of both. I was a part of 2 of them when they did it in the 90s, so I just don't know that one. Last but not least, this is kind of weird. I never look in this bin, but at Half Price Bookstore, they do this thing where they have a super clearance on comics, and they put these horrible little stickers on the books. I don't look at these because, you know, they're damaged. I mean, it's got the, I mean, they put the stupid little sticker on there, and if you know anything about these, the longer they stay on there, the harder it is to get off. But I do know a little bit about restoration, and so I was like, hey, maybe I can try and get some of these stickers off and see. So I went through and looked through, and I found a whole bunch of kind of neat ones that I've always wanted to read, and some weird ones that I was like, hey, it's a cool cover, let me get it for $1. So all these are quarter comics, and I will show you I was able to get some of the stickers off of 2 of them, and one of them is for you, Robert. I'll show you in a second. But this was Blade of the Immortal. I've always wanted to read this, and I always find issues 2, 3, 4, 5. So even if I can't get the sticker off, I don't care. I just wanted to read it. It is a Dark Horse manga. This one I don't know anything about. First Comics Deluxe series. This is issue #39, but I really just dug this cover. And if you notice, it's missing a sticker because I already got the sticker off. Now, I will say the sticker was over here, and it did damage the comic a little bit, but it looks a lot better minus the sticker, you know. What would you prefer? So I'm kind of cool with it. Now, actually looking at some of the art in this book, oh yeah, I really dug this. I don't know what this is. If y'all know about this, John Sable Freelance, y'all let me know, because I really dug this cover. You don't see too many just animal covers. It was, I mean, if it didn't zoom in, and I do know the one that's on the back. I am a big Wizard of Oz fan, specifically the comics and the books, and the movie. The movie was good. This one's for you, Robert, but I got the sticker off this one already, and there's no damage. I mean, this is a, like, I want to say a 9.4 version or a 9.2 of Clive Barker's Primal, #1 of 2. and we were just talking about Clive Barker, but I'm a huge Clive Barker fan. I just don't see it that often, and it's funny, I looked through everything I could think of Clive Barker and I couldn't find anything, and guess what? It was in the 25-cent bin. Suckers! I don't know anything about this one, but DC's Vigilante #2, I just like the red, and I hope I can get that sticker off because it looks really amazing. And besides that, all these are really nice copies. This one right here does have a little tear, and honestly, I don't know anything about this, but this is Marvel's new Universe Justice #18. And honestly, to me, it just looks a lot like Shazam, and that's kind of why I'm digging it. I do notice up here on the that he's got kind of that lightning outfit, and that's why I think it looks just like Shazam. But to me, it's still a cool cover. This one I think is going to be a little harder to get off because it's got a lot of stickers on it, like it's been discounted a lot. And it does have like a rip up here, but I don't know anything about new Universe, so this will be a read just to kind of experiment with New Universe. Now this one, man, any kind of Undertaker stuff, and this is a collector's issue, Wizard #0, and it's got, it's Undertaker. I'm a huge wrestling fan, not always. I have a huge love of wrestling. I don't always watch it. It's kind of like a fad that comes and goes. It really depends on the storylines that are going on within wrestling. I will say I've always loved the Undertaker, and this is it is very thin, but it is a full-fledged comic that Wizard Comics put out. I don't know if it's worth anything, but Undertaker and wrestling stuff, it usually sells really well, especially since he is a Texas native. I can always get him to sign it. I don't know anything about this one, but this is Quality Comics Road Trooper #1, 75 cents. I just really dug the cover and everything. This one I don't even know if I'm gonna mess with because this is a paper cover, and my method, it might, it's like the paper in this comic, it might damage it, so I might just leave that sticker because I really just dig the the comic. Next up, a comic that I have wanted to read, and I'm just very confused on him in general. If you are a fan of this character and you know anything about him. But I have always wanted to read Grendel. This is one that has a nice, like, kind of, wraparound cover. But I've always wanted to read Grendel, and I don't understand him because he appears in Dark Horse, he appears in DC, he appears in whatever this is, Comico. This is issue #7 of Grendel, and I've never seen earlier issues. So I went ahead and picked it up. I've always liked the way Grendel looks, and that's my reason I wanted to get into him. But I always find him at later, and I'm just not a big fan of hopping on board and trying to figure stuff out. I don't know anything about this one, but it says Image Comics Book 1 Mystery Incorporated. I don't know. It looks pretty old, but I know Image isn't that old, so it has to be modeled to look old. But I mean, it does look really old. It says 1963, but I mean, Image was formed in the 90s. So if y'all know anything about this comic, you let me know. Mystery Incorporated. Next up, I was kind of hoping this is one of those Fauna comics. I don't know. I haven't looked in it, but I mean, if y'all know what Fauna is, But this is Mystic from Cross Gen Comics. This is #2. I just really love me some sexy women. If I can get something classy and nice, I mean, why not? And this one, it is a nice floss cover, so I know I can get that sticker off pretty easily. And it is a heat method that I use. No chemicals or anything like that. That's why I don't recommend it for the paper ones. That's why I'm not like, hey, let me show you how I do this, because it's extremely difficult. It took me about 30 minutes to get that sticker off the Clive Barker thing. This is my video. I try to do it as quick as possible, but for people that aren't into comics, that are just maybe supporting my channel or something, and gave this a full watch, this is to show you what I mean. Besides my new comics, all these half price, that was like $30. All those, dollar buy, that was really $30. And if I wouldn't have got the John Constantine, it would have really been a lot less. I spent like around $1 for each one of those John Constantine, but that's kind of a hidden grail. I love Constantine, that whole universe, Sandman, anything I can get of that, I try and pick up. And I mean, Houston is just, there's so many people into this hobby to begin with. There's a lot of stuff that you don't find, like Conan. I don't find it, and if I do, it's the other ones. It's not Marvel. Like I mean, I've been searching for Marvel Conan, but hey, if y'all get a chance, go wish Gary B, the Casaul Comic Guy. Go visit his channel, wish him happy birthday. You know, put Evil sent me, something like that. If you watch this video, go send him some love. Happy birthday! I mean, happy birthday! You know. But happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Y'all go get some comics. Look what can be achieved. I might do a video to show y'all some of these that I was able to get off. Maybe some of them that I damaged. You know, I don't know. But I mean, to me, even if I can read them, I mean, I'm okay. I buy them with cracks and tears. I'm not, you know, I'm not planning on sending any of these away. These are all my personal collection. And from YouTubers like all of you out there, I'm gaining this weird love of indies, so I'm looking at like 90s and 80s, and I'm just exploring, and I'm loving it. I mean, I don't know about y'all. I mean, I'm buying new indies in DC and Marvel, just like you know, everybody else. But and I'm really into all the indies that they've given us. But I'm kind of even looking backwards, you know, like, hey, maybe I'm missing stuff. You know, maybe we're overthinking these independent. I don't know, but thanks for being here. I do have a review coming up. I haven't released it yet just because I didn't want to overload y'all. But y'all have a great one. Make it evil. All right.